Gentlemen, we are going to quickly review the do now that you just did. So make sure that your pencil is doing the same thing that I'm doing on the computer. So we're going to read here. Let W represent the price of a coffee mug. Mike has to pay a sales tax of 7%. Which expression represents the total amount? And we're going to say Mike, we'll fix that Mike pays, all right? So a sales tax I know is an increase, okay? So in my key information box here, all right, I'll do my sort of, remember key information for percentages is going to be the OPN. So my original, okay, is W. My percent increase is plus 7%. And so I know that my new is W plus 7%. And I want to come over here and I want to find an equation that gives me that. All right. So if I take a look at A, it says 0.7 times W. Well, there's a couple problems here. First of all, 0.7 represents 70%. And if I did 0.7 times W, I would just get 70% of W, which is not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something that represents the total amount. Oh, now maybe I could do 0.07 times W. But again, this isn't going to give me the total amount. This will just give me the tax. Oops. Okay, so then here I have W plus 0.7 W. And again, this 0.7 is giving me my 70%. So if I used this, I would get W plus 70%, which would be far higher than what we're paying. So I'm looking here, I have W, this is the price, times 0.07, 7% of W, sorry, plus 7% of W. So my correct answer here is going to be D. Please make sure that you have this copied down. I'm going to move on to number 2. Mr. Sampson went to Wegmans to buy juice. There was a 25% off sale on the juice, and his total amount spent was $15. So I have a 25% off sale on the juice. I'm going to call that a decrease because it is. And his total amount spent was $15. So this was with the discount. What was the cost of the juice without the discount? Okay, so for my KIB, my OPN here, original, percent change, and new. The original is what I don't know, so that's my question mark. My percent change was minus 25%, okay, and my new price was $15. That's what he paid, okay? So I'm going to go original times percent change is equal to the new price, okay? And so in this case, I have my original, I'm going to call that X times, and this was before my point, so X times 0.75, that point's going to disappear. I don't know why. I don't know why it does that. Okay, my X times 0.75 is equal to $15. Why did I say times 0.75? I said times 0.75 because that is, I paid 75% of the price of the juice. So if I multiplied it by 0.25, I would just get 25% of that. So I'm looking for the original price multiplied by the price, the percent that I paid is equal to $15. I'm going to divide both sides by 0.75, divide both sides by 0.75. And when I do that, that is going to leave me with $20. Okay. Go ahead and make sure you have this. And let's skip down here. We're going to skip number 3. I want to see that you guys did that on your own. And we'll take a look at our model. At this time, gentlemen, make sure that you are taking these notes. Your pencil is doing what my pen is doing, only probably a little neater. Model 1. Johnny works at an electronics store. Let me make sure I have all my... The store buys a TV for $350, and the markup, so they mark up the price by 45%. All right, so that's an increase. Johnny makes a 5% of the selling price in commission for selling the TV. What is his commission? Okay, so I have a lot going on here. So I'm going to have really 2 OPNs really in my key information box. And so the first thing I need to find out is the markup price. So the original that the store bought this for was $350. Okay, and they added 45% to that, so that's a 45% increase. All right, and so I need to find the new. All right, so I'm going to do that over here. I'm going to go original times percent is equal to new. And in this case, the original I have is 350 times. Now, if I'm increasing it 45%, that means I'm paying 100% plus that 45%. So that's 1.45. So I'm doing 300 times 1.45 is 507.5. So the price that this is being sold for is $507.50. So now what I need to do is I need to find out Johnny's commission. Johnny makes a 5% commission. It is asking me for the commission. It is not asking me for like how much he makes total. I don't have to do anything funny here. I just need to find the commission, okay? So my OPN here. So my new original here is 507.50. I'll put 507.5. My percent is 5%. I'm looking for 5% of that, and this is going to give me my commission or my new, okay? And that's what I'm looking for. So I'm going to go 507.5 times 0.05, because that's my 5%, and that's going to give me 25.375, okay? So when I look over here, obviously 0.375 is not really a unit of change, so we're going to round up to 38. My answer is 25.38. I'm going to talk through that one more time. Okay, I'll sort of highlight some of the things that I did. All right, first I saw here that this was my sort of first original. All right, then I realized I have this increase plus 45%. Okay, then I find out that Johnny makes 5% commission on the sale price. Realized, okay, in order to find his commission, I have to figure out how much it's being sold for. Okay, so I did my OPN chart over here. I had my 350 with my 45% markup. I did original times 1.45 because it's a markup. So that means I'm paying 100% plus 45% to get 507.5 or $507.50. Johnny gets 5% of that. That's my OPN chart here. So I'm going to do $507.50 times 0.05, my original, times my percent. It's going to give me his commission of 25.375. I then rounded to the nearest cent. I went up here and I circled B. We'll look at part B of our model. A chair that normally costs, I'll use a new color here. A chair that normally cost $300 was on sale at Furniture Express for 25% off. Brandon also had a 10% coupon that would be taken off the sale price. What was the final price Brandon paid for the chair? Show all work. So again, I'm going to have to do two OPN charts here because I need to find the sale price first, and then I need to find the coupon price. All right, so my sale price, all right, is 25% off. And then my coupon is 10% off. Ms. Syed, can't you just say 25 plus 10 and take 35% off? And the answer is no. What I need to do is I need to first find the 25% off sale price and then take 10% off of that price, which will give me a slightly different answer. Okay, so I'm going to make my OPN chart over here first to find the sale price. OPN. All right, my original was 300. It's 25% off minus 25%, and I'm going to find my new. So I'm going to go original times percent is equal to new. All right, so my original is 300. If it's 25% off, that means I'm paying 75% of that original price. Okay, so I have 300 times 0.75, and that's going to give me 225. Okay, so the sale price here is 225. Now I need to take off my 10%. So I'll do my other sort of OPN down here. I have my 225 minus 10% is equal to the new price. So I'm going to go original 225 times 0.9 because it's 10% off, which means I'm paying 90% of that what's remaining. And when I do that, I'm going to get $202.50. Okay, so this is the total paid. And that is after the sale and then after the coupon. Okay, and we'll go down here and we'll sort of take a look at this. How do we figure these things off? So how would I figure out sort of a percent increase? So a percent increase would be a tax. Make sure that you have what I have, or a markup. Okay, and I would go original times the increased percent equals the new. All right, and normally that's going to be 1 point something, 1 point whatever the percent is. My percent decrease is a sale, a coupon, all right, and I'll do my original times the percent that I'm paying. So I'll say the percent off, percent down is equal to the new. I could also do the original times the discount and then subtract it. And then the percent of total is commission, right? when I need to find commission, normally I'm doing the original times the percent is equal to the part or the commission. All right, take 30 seconds, make sure you have this on your paper. At this time, gentlemen, you're going to do your partner work and then you're going to do your independent practice. And when we come back together, we are going to go over the last page of the independent practice. Teachers, pause here. All right, welcome back. We are going to take a look at the last part of the independent practice together, which means that when you turn this paper in, every single one of you is going to have all of the notes on this last page. All right, so last year the price of an iPod was $240. Well, I haven't seen an iPod in many, many years, but last year the price was $240, let's say. Part A. This year the price increased to $259.20. By what percent did the price increase? So this is a situation where I'm given the original, I'm given the new, I don't know the percent. So for my OPN, okay, my original is 240. My new is 259.20, and my percent is the question mark. But I'm still going to do original times percent is equal to new. And so I'm going to go 240 times, we'll call it P, equals 259.2. And what I would then do is I would divide both sides by 240. And I would be left with the percent is 1.08. All right, but that's not my percent. What that represents is it's 100% plus 8%. So the percent increase was 8%. The increase was 8%. Make sure you have that. Okay, we'll move on to part B. Oops. Part B. If the price next year were 5% more than this year's price, what would the new price be? All right, 5% more than this year's price, what would that price be? So now, again, I'm being asked for a price. Last time I was being asked for the percent increase. This time I'm being asked for the price, okay? So I have my OPN. I have my original, which from last year, what did we pay? $259.20. $259.20. My percent increase is 5%, and that's going to give me my new price. All right, so I'll write over here original times percent equals new. Original is 259.2 times. When I add 5%, so I'm going to go 1.05, right? So that represents the 100% plus that additional 5%. Okay, and that's going to give me 272.16. 272.16. So that is new price for next year. New price for next year is $272.16. You'll do that neater than I did. Part C. If the price dropped 5% the year after that, show how the price would not return to $259.20, okay? Because the 5% increase was 5% of $259.20. And if we were to come back and drop it by 5%, we wouldn't be dropping it from $259.20. We would be dropping it from $272. So let's show them how it's done. So I have my OPN would not return. All right. So my new original price is $272.16. I have a 5% drop, and that's going to give me my new, which is not going to be $259.20. So I'm going to write over here, original times percent is equal to new. I will throw my original here, 272.16 times 0.95, because I'm paying 95%, is equal to 258.55. Make sure you have that before we go into explaining it. Okay, so explaining it is a percentage of a number sort of relies on its original value. Or relies on that number, right? Okay, so 10% of 100 is equal to 10, but 10% of 80 is equal to 8, okay? So that same sort of logic, 5% off of 272 is going to be different than 5% added to the 259. Okay, so that's it for today, guys. Make sure that you have all of your notes. Thank you for your time.